and welcome to the jDL Division 1 Europe Series. Today we've got Fnatic up against Rox.Kis. It's going to be a two-game series, and why don't I give my co-caster a call and get him in here, and we will get you right into that game. They've started into the drafting phase. Today I'm going to be joined by Zizan. Hi Zizan, how's it going?
Hello, yes, very, very good. It's nice to be able to cast a game in the afternoon rather than at 2 o'clock in the morning for me.
Yeah, well, I'm American, so this is a nice time for me. I don't have classes today.
Team pick.
I'm enjoying it.
Fnatic's turn to pick.
Good, good. Yeah, so the draft's a bit underway just now. It looks like two fairly strong wombo combos coming out from both teams. Fnatic going for the relocate tiny gank combo, and Rox going for some heavy minus armor.
Let's take a look at these bans. So, Fnatic first banned the Ember Spirit, and I believe now his name is Imba Spirit. And the Lycan, which I've seen Lycan researching a lot recently, so that's a little surprising to me, but I guess this whole horrible Rat Dota thing is here to stay for a bit. So both teams seem to avoiding Rat Dota with this
Radiant team
pickup. Oh goodness. So
yeah, Undying could probably mean that they might be wanting to put him either off lane or in the... Yeah, probably off lane Undying, I would think. But Undying's pretty versatile. They played him in the MLG tournament recently, and it worked out pretty well for them, so that should be nice.
Yeah, Tiny with
reserve time.
TI3 all over again, I just noticed that. Yeah, the minus armor strat... might work for Rox.Kis. I'm just trying to take a look at this. It's still morning for me, so there's a lot of information for me to process all at once. But let's see.
Well, with the amount of minus armor that you're dealing with, the Tiny is going to melt a lot quicker than normal. Same with the Undying. Venomancer, of course, he has agility as well, so he's going to have a reasonable amount of armor. So taking armor off him is always a good thing. It's just really going to mean that they're just going to melt very, very quickly. I mean, the IO is just going to explode as soon as anyone goes on him with that amount of minus armor coming out, provided they can get the combos off.
I like the Nature's Prophet ban, preventing that super global strategy that Rox.Kis doesn't really have a way to deal with yet. They have a strong 5-man lineup, which is how you deal with the IO, but if there's a Prophet as well, I think they'd have a hard time with that. There's no natural Boots of Travel builders, or really people who can handle it on their own.
10 seconds
Who are they looking to pick up? I'm guessing it's a... What do you think this is?
5
seconds support
remaining.
In an Elder Titan offlane?
Yes, probably, and then they'll probably want to look to pick up their mid here. They could go full minus armor with the Shadow Fiend here, but Shadow Fiend is pretty easy to counter, so you just need to get a really strong, very early level 1. Mid to counter that, and he's pretty much useless because he just doesn't have the damage unless he can get souls. On the side of Fnatic, probably their mid as well. Both teams going for their late mid pickups here. I'd be interested to see where they go. I'm not really sure what Fnatic would go for in mid. They've got quite a lot of flexibility, I think.
It could be an Undying mid, to be honest. With levels, he can be absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, it could be. Tiny can also mid quite effectively as well, but of course you probably want him close to the IO. It depends how well the IO levels, I guess, to whether you need them close by or not. Be interesting to see how they go anyway.
I would be curious to see dual lanes come out again, especially when you have an IO, just to make sure he gets a fast 6. Veno Undying is a strong enough combination, and so is Tiny IO, that they could probably hold out against a tri-lane and then win against an off-laner.
Yeah, I think dual lanes are actually a fairly strong possibility here. The Veno and Undying, it's a pretty terrifying combo to go up against. Even a tri-lane, they can survive pretty well there. So last pickup is actually going to be a Weaver. So
this might be an Elder Titan mid then.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Weaver can mid, Dazzle can mid as well. He's been seeing a little bit of play recently in mid, but I think in this case probably not. I think it's either going to be the Weaver or the Undying. Sorry, not the Weaver, Undying, Elder Titan. I got my E's mixed up there.
10 seconds remaining.
Abaddon's support, I think, is
5 seconds.
very powerful
5
up against the
seconds
Venom.
remaining.
I'm guessing that was probably a Venomancer response
Reserve
pick.
time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you comboed up with the Weaver. That's
Yeah, I mean it's going to be pretty nice. I mean the Weaver will give you even more minus armor as well with the Swarm. So it seems they're putting all their eggs in one basket here. Could work out for them. It could not. I mean the Elder Titan also gives you the minus magic as well with the natural order. So I don't know. I don't really know how this is going to work out, but I'm sure it'll be interesting regardless.
With these minus armor strategies, I really wonder, isn't it eventually diminishing returns? I mean, it can't, isn't there such a thing as too much minus armor, and then you're just kind of having a little bit of overkill?
Yeah, well, it's lacking versatility, really. I mean, you've got good initiation with the Slardar once you get the blink, and the Weaver as well. You can throw out quite a lot of damage there, but they don't have a huge amount of follow-up, really. I mean, the Slardar obviously, as I said, can put out quite a lot of damage. The Weaver can, but Dazzle's not going to be doing a great deal of damage. Abaddon, if he's going heavy support, won't be doing a great deal. Elder Titan, he can do a decent amount, but he's usually quite slow until you can get up some movement speed on him. So I don't know.
With a lot of levels, he's fairly powerful though. I mean, even with the recent nerfs, I can see him really getting a lot done. Because usually you don't put any points in the stomp until you're significantly high level, but that stomp can really do a lot for you.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, definitely.
Almost
looks
out
like
of time.
5 seconds.
Yeah, Fnatic got down to
remaining.
like 4 seconds here. That's going to be a bit of a panic pick, I think. There we go. It's actually a Magnus mid. So that gives them some
Radiant
pretty
team
strong team
pick.
fight with that Tiny as well on the Undying. Could be quite scary if they get some wombos off.
Yeah, and combo in the Venomancer as well. Especially with if Tiny can toss the Venom in for a perfect ultimate, that could be pretty nice for Fnatic. I don't know how practical that is. That's just a side thought. I can almost see Io locating the Magnus in early on for some really easy RPs before he has a Blink Dagger up, potentially.
The other option is, of course, with Tiny, you can throw the Magnus behind the pack, and then you can skewer them back into the pack, and then go for the RP. It could work if their teamwork is on play, and if the positioning works out for it. Then it could be quite a nice little one there.
Remaining.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I think it's still
5
possible that they could
seconds remaining.
run dual lanes, but the Slardar Dazzle Abaddon is not really something I would want to go up against as a tri-lane.
Yeah, that's it's going to be quite an aggressive play here.
Prepare for battle.
Alright, I'll introduce these guys on the Radiant. We've got Sidoi playing the Elder Titan. I still can't tell if he's going mid or not. Let's see, it looks like we've got Solo's on the Weaver, so Solo will be playing mid. We've got Sidoi, offlane Elder Titan. Go Black on the Abaddon. The Yol is playing the Dazzle. He's running to mid to ward, I'm guessing. And then BZZ on the Slardar, safe lane.
Yeah. And on the side of Fnatic, we have, of course, Fly on that. Looks like, it does actually look like dual lanes they're going for here on the Undying. And we've got Notel, of course, on his infamous IO. We'll see if his play is on form for that one. We've got Era on the Tiny, and it looks like he's... Yep. And we've got Trixie on the Venomancer. Trixie plays a fantastic Venomancer. He's been playing him very, very well off lane recently. We've got Hani on the mid Magnus, of course.
So do we see dual lanes coming out from Rox.Kis as well?
Yeah, I think they probably expected to have that, and tri-lane against the dual lane, it's okay, but you don't have the same sort of kill potential you have against an off lane. So dual lanes work out quite well. It splits the experience quite nicely between everyone, and allows a lot more levels.
There's some interesting movement going on. I wonder, is Solo just blocking because he can Sakuchi back mid quickly? Or is Yol going to be playing a mid Dazzle? Are they dual laning mid?
I'm not entirely sure. It seems a little bit strange. I think they probably, I think they are possibly dueling this. It's a bit of an odd one, to say the least. It looks like it's actually a double duel on duel. So
I think Rox.Kis was expecting Fnatic to run this. I guess a lot of times when you have a Wisp, you put him mid, you get a bottle on him.
Yeah.
It's faster levels for him. And with the new trends with just all of the mid ganks and neither of these teams really have strong mids. I guess they've just decided to sort of... I don't know, it's like the... Oh, well, I've disconnected from the server, unfortunately.
Okay.
So
Well, I'll
I'm
keep
getting
up the
back to
audio. I'll keep up the audio at least. So yeah, it's a bit strange for BZZ to be in the mid lane, of course, because he is their one role. He'll still get some pretty decent farm in the mid. There's actually a pause. Actually, Go Black's paused it, possibly for you.
I'm wondering if someone else has also gotten disconnected.
That's Go Black asking about the ping. He says he's got about 300. It's Luxembourg, I think it is, that we're on just now.
Okay. Not that mine really matters, but mine's fine. Yeah, mine's in the 50s.
Yeah, I've got 78, so it's no problem for me.
Yeah, that's interesting. Sort of lost where we were, but if we take a look, last hit denies. We're a little bit into it. Elder Titan doing all right on this top lane, but Tawny is also doing just fine.
Yeah.
No real disparities yet.
Yeah, I mean, there's no denies coming out yet. Obviously, it's still very early. Man, I just missed some of them. It's a bit. I don't know about the decision to go for Magnus in the safe lane here. I think he might have been better in mid and let the Tiny get more safe farm, especially if they're up against dual lanes. Dazzle can throw out a reasonable amount of harass there. He will be doing more damage than the Dazzle, so they'll have a difficult time trading there.
Maybe they were just expecting the Elder Titan mid, and they didn't think that Rox.Kis would respond. Because if they went top, they would be up against that Solar Elder Titan, which shouldn't be a problem for them.
Yeah, it's very true.
They deserved it not.
But let's see.
I think down this bottom lane, I think the the Abaddon's going to be able to aphotic shield off a lot of these a lot of the debuffs and stuff like that, but I think they're still going to be in a lot of trouble. Trixie has actually got a level in Poison Sting early as well. He's avoided going for the Plague Wards early, so the Poison Sting is going to do a decent amount of harass to that to the Weaver, and of course with the Decay as well, it's going to make a bit of a difference to the amount of harass that he can take with the amount of strength that he's going to be losing.
Weaver will be challenged. You're right though, Abaddon is a very good protection for him. They can be aggressive, they can go under the towers. I don't think they'll be able to go on fly, but Trixie might be an okay target depending on what opportunities they get.
Yeah. It looks like Soul's taking a reasonable amount of damage here as well. He's got 2 levels into Sakuchi and 1 into Geminate as well. An early level in Swarm probably wouldn't be a bad idea as well. That would give him a little bit of vision and a little bit more kind of safe harass, really.
Yeah, looks like No Tail did pick up that bottle.
Yeah, so he's got himself a haste rune here as well. A haste rune on an IO isn't that great. I mean, it's okay, you can get around to the tether slow. Since it's been changed from a stun to a slow, not quite as good, but still, a haste rune is a haste rune. Always good.
Yeah, and it's mostly just gonna probably make sure he gets the next rune, or is able to save Era if someone goes on him just with the tether.
Yeah. I mean, the rune controlling is going to be quite difficult. The supports are going to have to do a really good job of going for that one. I noticed that Yol went up top just before the rune spawn, just to have a quick look there to see and gamble on the rune, see if he can get it there.
Being pretty aggressive in this mid lane. They know they've got a lot of regen.
Yeah. In the IO tiny combo in the middle, especially with No Tail getting the bottle. Bottle on IO is fantastic because you can share the bottle over 2 heroes, and that's just redonkulous, really.
If Dazzle can keep up a Poison Sting on IO, it's going to affect the bottling, but I mean, No Tail can just stand back. He doesn't need to be right up at the front lines.
Yeah,
Elder Titan
exactly.
Doing very well in this off lane. 25-2. Magnus only at 18-1.
Yeah, Magnus is going to be in a bit of trouble here. Normally you would rely on shockwaves to sit in a reasonable safe distance, but of course the Elder Titan, the Astral Spirit, will be able to go up and throw a bit of damage on him, so he's not in that safe position just using the shockwave for last hit. So he's having to sit a little bit far out.
There's some action bottom lane. Fly drop to Tombstone. It didn't look like anything came of it. Trixie's sitting here very low.
Yeah, he's out of regen as well now, and Undying does not, Fly does not have any regen to pull him either, so he's going to have to be very, very careful here. I mean, a miscoil and a Geminate attack and he will die, so we'll have to be very, very careful here.
Yeah, it looks like he's staying back. I'm a little surprised he's just not retreating, porting back in. I mean, there's nothing he, yeah, it looks like he's running back now. There's nothing he can do when he's that low.
Yeah, I think he just didn't want to give up the experience. Experience of Venomancer is obviously very good.
Mm-hmm.
Not letting the Undying getting some solo experience is never a bad thing though. So not all a loss.
Higher tombstone levels is so powerful at this stage of the game. Solo, just a little bit of harass. Fly healing himself up.
Yeah, no creeps in the area there really for the soul rip to increase the amount there, but still it's a nice heal regardless.
Yeah, go black. Well, he pulled, so they have a little better lane control. I'd like to see, I think they have an opportunity with the Exotic Shield for Weaver to, well, before Trixie returned, Weaver potentially could have drawn on them.
Yeah.
Both sorry, just both teams are playing very passive. Right.
Yeah, it's quite surprising. Fnatic normally play reasonably aggressive in the early game. They really want strong laning, so I think it's just both teams are a little bit out of their comfort zone, having gone with such strange lane setups, I think.
And we haven't seen, without that tri-lane, you don't have the roaming support combos for the mid ganks. I don't think you'd want to gank this mid.
Yeah, definitely not. Either side, basically, you've got really strong stuns and supports, so you really don't want to be doing that. And it looks like Notel's actually picked up another haste there as well, so it seems that his rune control has been very on point this game.
The Elder Titan's the #1 farmer here. Sudoi is sitting at 44 and 5. That Astral Spirit is still incredibly powerful, and he is getting some really nice levels here. He's sitting at level 7.
Yeah, he'll be a massive last hitting advantage, of course. The natural order, he is maxing that. He's not going for any levels in Stomp, which is, I would say, the right way to play him in the current meta, with natural order being so strong. But between natural order and...
We've got it diving down on bottom. Solo's going on Fly. The miscoil hits Fly, and it's not enough damage. Orb, yeah, gets away with 21 health. Sorry to interrupt you.
No problem at all.
Yeah, Go Black manages to get out as well.
Yeah, nice use of the Exotic Shield there to drop off the Gale there, because he would have been very dead if he didn't have mana to do that. So I think the Magic Wand is a good choice for him. It saved him.
Magic Wand is very powerful. When I first started playing Dota, I didn't believe in the stick or boots. I thought both of them were a waste of money.
Yeah, more damage.
Yeah, just do damage.
Mine was just play everyone Shadowblade. I don't care who it is, I'm playing Shadowblade. I want to be able to run away.
Invis OP.
Looks like Sedo is actually using his Astral Spirit here. He's dropping it into the camp here, just to get himself that little bit of extra damage when there's not really enough to make it worth his while in lane, just to keep his right click up enough.
Solo just forced Trixie out of lane, and Fly's running back now. No-Tail's going to grab a DD bottom.
Yeah. More runes for No-Tail.
Yeah,
always good.
The only downside to this is Wisp can't do anything with runes.
Yeah, very, very true. I mean, it's worth having Wisp with the bottle, of course, because of the tether. But I mean, what's a DD on 54 damage? It's not a huge deal, really. Nice double stun there from. The Slardar there, but they do manage to get out. The ultimate comes out from the Slardar there, the amp damage on the Isle, but there's not really enough damage there. Dazzle's a little bit too far back to do anything really there.
Go Black rotated it in. Oh no, sorry, not. Yeah, Go Black rotated in, but wasn't able to get anything done. I think I'm not sure if he's just, I guess he's probably trying to give the Weaver levels, and he's running around and warding. I wonder if he's going to attempt another gank or just run back bottom.
I don't know. I think it's a difficult gank to go on with the Tiny Wisp combo. And that's actually going to be an engagement there on the Slardar. I did manage to get a stun off, but they did get a Slithering Crush off to kind of shut that in a little bit. The Abaddon there managed to scare them off from going for any dives or anything there too. So So some nice play there by 623.
Trixie has, well, he's maxing his wards. He set up a nice wall here. This is a huge challenge for Solo. He's actually forced out of lane from these wards. He can't stay and fight them. He just doesn't do enough damage.
I mean, Shikuchi's all well and good, but if there's so many wards down, then as soon as it runs out, you're going to take a huge amount of damage again, so it's not something you want to happen.
Yeah, MB slowed up and blocked.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Fly would probably be able to get a kill from that while he waited for Shikuchi to come back off cooldown.
Yeah. Here's farming a nice, look like a triple stack here on in the jungle here. That should be a nice little bit of extra gold here. It looks like he is going for the drum. So now I'll give him some nice early stats and some decent movement speed, especially when he is leveling grow early. So he will need the movement speed.
Oh, we missed first blood.
Usual.
Solo almost got a double kill on the Undying. But what I'm going to guess, Solo went home, he healed up, he poured it in, and he finally got a level in his swarm. And that makes a very squishy Trixie. No matter how many wards he has up.
Yeah, well, he kind of negated everything we said there about, well, what I said there about those wards. Not enough to scare off Solo.
Well, they scared him off when he was low, and then he just came back stronger than ever. I guess. Something like that. Yeah.
Did have to use time lapse for that, but it's a very short cooldown, so it matters very little.
We've got an Invis BCZ up here. Wants to go on Hani, pinging him out. Gotta wait for Hani to come out a little bit further. He should know he's missing. I mean, he's had a constant presence in mid so far. Yeah, he reveals himself.
Does manage to get amp damage on the Magnus. Oh, here comes Tiny Wisp initiation. Here comes RP on the Elder Titan Solo, and they do manage to pick up a kill there. And the Tiny gets that one as well, so that's a nice little bit of extra gold for him and experience.
And they're right back mid, and they can just keep farming.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Efficient, maximum efficiency.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with using the RP there on one hero. I mean, it's been so passive that you're not going to be needing to save the RP really. I don't think. It's just there's just going to be a lot of farming going on. So and shutting down that Elder Titan, especially when he's farming so well, is a big deal.
Structures are fortified.
And after that kill, Tiny has managed to move to the #1 in net worth, sitting a few hundred above the Weaver. We've got Tiny going on. BZZ up here. He's trying to run himself away. He's got sprint up. He might have enough damage. It's not an avalanche for 5 seconds.
Dire's top tower.
Looks like Elder Titan's scouting them out here with the Astral Spirit, so they do know that they are coming. Or that they are rotating around here.
Yeah. Ears used a drum charge. They're really trying to catch up to BZZ here. Got another sprint off. They could go on this. They've got 4, so it's a 4v3. They're choosing to back off.
Dire's top tower is under
it was a good bit of posturing there, just probing for weakness and just seeing if there was anything they could do. I mean, Slaughter got off another
Trixie
damage on there.
Alted up Solo bottom. Solo manages to time lapse away, and Trixie getting away with 25 health. Poor Solo. He was so close.
It's been very, very lucky here. Looks like a bit of a collapse here from Fnatic. Looks like they're going to try and pick someone off, but doesn't look like they're going to be able to. The amount of movement speed that Weaver works with is scary, so.
He's going to have to head back. This looks like a
Dire's
Desolator first
tower
Weaver.
is under attack.
Yes, it's not a BKB. Avalanche up on Gold Black mid. His ult's going off. They're still hanging around though. They want to get him. Toss onto Gold Black. Tombstone's up as well. He's got a Photic Shield, and now Yol's here to help him out.
Has fallen.
BZZ wants to go on this. Got the Amplify up on Fly. They've got 4. All of Rox.Kis is rotating in as well. Avalanche up on BZZ. BZZ saved by the mech. And the Dazzle Gale. Nothing yet. Oh my goodness, I disconnected again.
Yeah, well that was a lovely ult there by Elder Titan, managing to pick off the Undying and pull him in there. So it was really nicely played there by Rox. It looked like a nasty engagement, but they really pulled it back. The mech usage, as you said, was fantastic there. It really, really saved them. So nice play there.
Alright, I am back in the game. I saw that RP on Stoy and Solo. Excellent done. BZZ running in as well. Trixie here with a Venomous Gale. Oh, and No Tail manages to come right out. The Astral Spirit, not enough, and Solo finishes him off with a Journey.
I'll thread the needle.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. As I said in the drafting, if there's an amp damage on the IO, then it is just he's got nothing really. I mean, he may be a strength hero, but he's not going to get any strength really. So
He has horrible. He has 1.9 strength gain.
yeah,
He has horrible decking in general.
yeah. He's basically just a relocate hero and maybe a bit of regen. That's about it.
Tombstone's up. Roshan dropping that. Weaver solo picks it up.
Yeah. Looks like they tried to go for a Plague Ward deny there, but just didn't quite have the timing right on it. So it's unfortunate. And they're just going to back off out of this, I think.
They're ignoring the zombies like they're nothing. Which is surprising. I know how horrible those zombies can be. Looks like they want to fight BZZ here in the Roche pit, trying to go on No Tail. And No Tail explodes from the shadow. Oh well, the Shadow Wave does quite a bit of damage, but the lightning just took him off.
Yeah, looks like Fly dropped his ult, but not quite enough there. Melting very much. They do have vision on the Venom. They know that Trixie is there as well, because of course the amp damage did just run out there. But they are just going to back off, take their win, and leave.
Radiant's bottom
Looks like
tower
they should be able to get this middle tower.
Yeah, you were right on the Weaver going for a Desolator. He's picked up the recipe now.
Dire's middle
they
tower
want
is
to push.
under attack.
They don't want to let this Tiny get out of control. He can be terrifying late game, and I don't think that a Weaver starter could really stand up to him. I think Weaver melts too quickly.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with the amp damage as well. Oh, sorry, I'm confusing myself here. I thought that Slaughter was on the other team. My bad. I do that all the time. I have no idea why. Well, there's coughing. I've got a bit of a cold. Yeah, I think that Fnatic, I mean, their laning was a bit strange, but they really didn't capitalise on the amount of aggression that they could have pulled out, especially with the likes of the Veno and the Undying, both very, very strong in the sort of level 3, pre-level 3-ish sort of time, and they just really didn't capitalise on it. They were just more content to farm, and it doesn't seem to have worked out for them.
Take a look at the experience. It's about 7,500 in favor of Rox.Kis, and the gold is heading up towards the 6,000 mark. So they've taken a commanding lead here.
Yeah, that last team fight really turned it around. They got a huge amount of gold there, and that should help them out considerably.
All 3 cores of Rox.Kis are sitting ahead of the 3 core. Well, the 2 cores from Fnatic. I don't know.
Some nice reactions there from Trixie on the mid lane there. Seeing that the Slaughter was coming out with the double damage and the sprint, just throws a Gale on him, and that slows him down and scares him off enough that he's not going to want to go on it really. Oh, Weaver just picking up Magnus there. Not sure exactly what happened there.
I didn't see it either. Just watching this middle lane where BZZ is going in on Trixie. The Wisp relocated an excellent slithering crush there. It's going to pop the Wisp, taking down... Oh no, they go on fly now, and they're going to go for Era. That was a 3 for nothing. Excellent play there by BZZ, just waiting right at the relocate spot.
Yeah, I think that was a really lucky slithering crush on that, because I think the tiny stun could have really turned that team fight around, or at least given them a little bit of a chance to do something there. But yep, lovely play from BZZ. I do not regret buying the Pugna set and giving him some money.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, he's got a set for Pugna on the market, which is pretty cool.
BZZ's picked up the Flint Dagger. Going to become increasingly terrifying. They're pushing the tier 3s at 18 minutes. This is exactly how Rox.Kis wanted to play this. They have decent carry. They do have some good damage, but Slardar and Weaver both fall off a bit.
Yeah.
And as they fall off, Tiny gets even more terrifying.
Yeah, if it goes late, I mean, between the Tiny and the if he manages to get an Aghanims or something like that, which it looks like he's working towards, and then with the Magnus, you throw in power on him, and then youch, that's a hell of a lot of damage coming out on a team fight. So
something I can ask, because I disconnected from the server, it shows Rox.Kis as 11 and Fnatic at 0. Could you tell me what the actual score is?
It's not far off that. It's 11-1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hold on. KDA. One is it was the tiny gank on the top there, the relocate solo. It was a kill on Elder Titan. It was.
Well, if Fnatic gets a kill, it'll reset for me.
Yeah. I don't think it's looking likely, to be honest.
Poor Fnatic. Yeah, Solo is
Middle
absolutely
tower,
destroying
Dire's
these towers
bottom tower has fallen.
very quickly, and Fnatic can't contest it.
Yeah, I mean, they've still got the Aegis as well, so pushing is not an issue for them. Looks like BZZ
Radiant's top
he's
tower
sprinting
is
around
under
here. Looks like he's
attack.
maybe going to try and go for something, but it'd be pretty manly for him to try and blink on something. He does actually go for it. He throws the amplified damage on the Tiny here, but I don't think he can really go for this.
I can't tell if he changed his mind or if he's just taking a weird path.
Yeah. Solo's coming in now as well. He's got the AFOX shield as well as he's throwing out the swarm. The nice stun there from BZZ, and it does actually should guarantee 2 kills here. The Magnus and the Undying are coming in, and Trixie comes in as well. So they actually managed to pick off Solo. And I don't know if they've got any vision here for the engagement. But
5's gonna fall, Clearing Crush and Dominate. Amplify damage up on Trixie. I would say he can run himself away, but it is an Abaddon Weaver we're talking about.
yeah.
There's the Fnatic shield to dive past the tier 2s. 4 for nothing. All they did was pick off an Aegis that I think Solo just wanted to lose.
Yeah, it was going to be running out within the next couple of minutes anyway, so looks like Hani's going to be in a bit of trouble here as well. He's still got his RP, so could maybe try and slow them down at least if they go for him, but I don't think it's going to happen.
BZZ, Blink in, Slithering Crush, Solo and BZZ hitting Hani, managed to take him down. That Desolator and Amplified damage doing a lot of work there.
Yeah, Era throwing quite a lot onto the Slaughter. Not managing to take him down. He's got a lot of stun. Looks like the Magnus has used his RP there on Solo. See if they can maybe try and get him down here. He does manage to Shikuchi out here, and he does pick up a kill on Trixie there before dying. So hey, if you're gonna go down, then get a kill for it. He does defeat a godlike streak to the Venomancer, unfortunately, but you know, I think it's a little bit too late now.
Yeah, I don't think Rox.Kis, is terribly, upset about that. I mean, they just dived past the tier 3. It was just BZZ and Solo, no backup. Oh, and a Slithering Crush on Hani. He's gonna fall. Neck and the no, I forgot down. Fly's gonna pop. No tail. Dives. BZZ blinking on Era. Slithering Crush amplified damage. Yeah, so nice.
Yeah, there we go. GG. That was a huge positioning error, I think, from Fnatic there. I mean, the Magnus running down and then the relocate a little bit down to the south there. Bit of a mistake.
Well, fast game. Under 22 minutes.
Yep.
So it's a 2-game series. So we're just gonna load into another lobby. I'm gonna turn some music back on for the stream. But I'm Renessa, and I've been casting with Zizan for those of you who are watching in Dota TV. And I hope you join us for our next game.
Thanks. Bye-bye.